Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about finding a part. Now, what that is part, there's another equation, another way we could have written this, where is actually represents the part, of actually represents the whole. So think of the fraction again of 3/4. What we're saying is we have 3/4, or we have 3 parts of the whole amount of 4. So if you want to think about that, how many parts do we have is the percent that we're trying to ask for. Now in this case, what we're saying is we actually have 36%. We know it's out of 50. What we don't know is how many parts we're missing. So again, what we got to do is we've got to sit there and take our formula. We need to translate it. So we're going to translate by substitution from this statement into this formula. So I'm just going to copy down the parts that are always true, that never change, and that's this fraction bar, the equal sign, this fraction bar, and this 100. Now, if you haven't picked up on it by now, what I write in black, I purposely try to use black every time because it represents what does not change. Anything that's a color other than black is something that does or can change. So with those two fraction bars, the equal sign and the 100 don't change. I'm looking for the is, I'm looking for the of, and I'm looking for the percent while reading this statement or question. So let's get to it. To find the percent, I always start with the percent because it's the easiest one to look for. Here's a percent sign. And so here is the number attached to it. And that's what I write in its place. And I'm done with that substitution. Next, I concentrate on the word is. And I circle in what's immediately to the right. The problem is I've already used that number, so the word is, oops, I did grab the wrong. Here we go. The word is actually is our variable, and I'm just going to put x because I don't know what that is. So I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to write x because normally I would circle whatever's to the right, but it's already been taken. It got taken by the percent. I can't take it twice. I can only take it once because it's only there once. It's kind of like saying, hey, I'm going to take a second pie, but there's only one there. How can you? You can't. Once you've taken one, you don't have another to take. So here, I don't have to worry about the rule of or going back and forth or anything like that. What I need to worry about is whatever number is left is always going to be my of, as long as I follow the first two statements correct for my percent and my is. So now here's the original formula that I should have memorized. And here is what we were able to substitute in when we translate it. So this is what I'm going to use to solve it. So I'm going to use my formula. I'm just going to go ahead and work through that real quick here for you. Formula says I'm going to copy down what's there. I'm going to cross multiply. And let's see, 150, 300. I get 1800. That's my mental math telling me. But what I can do is take my trusty calculator and do 50 times 36, 1800. And then here I'm going to cross multiply again, so 100 times x is just 100x. I'm going to just copy those down, straight down, 100x, 1800. And then because this guy is sitting there in the middle, I set these to equal. If that was a plus sign, I would add. If it was a minus sign, I'd minus. Basically, I just copy what's between my fractions, now goes between my answers. In this case, my product. So I have x, it's not by itself. To get it by itself, since I'm multiplying, I have to divide, and I have to do it to both sides. Those zeros cancel, and I'm left with 18 divided by 1 gives me 18. If you want to think about it this way, not only is a number divided by itself 1, but those cancel, and 1 divided by 1 is 1, which just leaves me with that x. So x equals 18 is our answer. The next method that we've been introduced to is, I'm going to change the name from the Spies method to the calculator method. Since I've got my calculator here, have to spell that out, sorry. So we're going to use the calculator method. Calculator method says first, copy down what I have. All right, so same thing, right? All I did was copy over for where my work's going to be. And here, I'm going to cross multiply. So I can't take 100 times x. Those aren't two numbers. But I have 50 and I have 36, and those are cross multiplying. So I can take 50 times 36, and I get 1,800. And I can write that over here as a reminder of what it is, or I can just keep it in my calculator. And then I just hit divided by whatever's left, in this case, 100. Okay, so then I would do divide by 100, and my answer is going to be 18. And x again equals 18, so we got the same answer. Do you actually have to write all this? No, but that's how I could enter it in just using my calculator alone. Now, the last way of working through this, I called it the conversion. I'll say the conversion method, which is the same thing as x over 50 equals 36 over 100. So instead of looking for the numbers that can cross multiply, I look for the fraction that I can turn into a decimal. I cannot turn x divided by 50 into a decimal because I need two numbers, but I can turn 36 over 100 into a decimal. Now I could type it in, and but watch this, before I hit enter, you're going to get 0.36. Okay, now what it's saying, or what it's asking, is you've turned this into a decimal. You've converted your fraction. Now multiply by what's left. That should sound familiar. So instead of dividing by what's left, in this method, we multiply by what's left. So that means we need to multiply by this guy by 50. So 0.36 times 50. Oop. What did I hit? 0.36 times, clear, 36 times 50 equals, now I forgot to hit 0 point, it equals the 1800, but if I move that decimal over, 0.36 times, so that's our 0.3650 equals 18, and I can write my answer here, and I got x equals 18. So again, all I've done is prove that no matter which one of these we follow, I will get the same answer. So you want to pick the one that works best for you. In this method, it tends to be one of these two, but the best one to really get down and learn and force yourself to teach if you're going to go that route is this one, because later on in algebra, you solve more equations than you do just using your calculator. But it is good to be able to have ways that you can get things done just with your calculator. Remember, if you have any questions, email those to me tonight. I'll be able to go over and see if I can get them into the lesson for tomorrow. If I can't, I'll be making sure to work with you directly as soon as possible. Stay safe out there, guys, and we'll see you next time.